All right, so some of you guys wanted to know what is the fastest way to collect items in Pokemon Legends Arceus. So I am here to answer that question to the best of my ability. Keep in mind that you're still going to have to work for your items, right? This is not a guide that's going to give you some kind of one-track easy way to get all of your items without having to work a little bit for it. But it is going to help you guys, give you some tips and tricks to help kind of better the method of obtaining items. So if you do appreciate this video, if you do enjoy it, be sure to leave a like. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below. Obviously, I'm going to try to answer as much as I possibly can in this video, and be sure to subscribe if you guys are new to the channel to not miss any future Nintendo and Pokemon content. First things first, let's go ahead in our item storage and take a look at some of the items I've collected over this period of time. So there's a lot of different items. We have what I would call miscellaneous items, right? So items maybe like bugwort, different kind of plants, right, if you will. Obviously, you know, hardy grains. Now, some of these are local to different regions, so I'm not going to go into very detailed specifics on where to find every single item, you know, per se, but I'll give you guys some general kind of tips and tricks. Then you, of course, have your berries, right? Things you're going to typically find in trees, different things like that, you know, honey, berries, different things like that. And then you got things like stones, right? Now, I've already done an evolution stones guide. If you guys want to check that out, it's up on the channel, so I'm not going to go too much into an explanation about these, but doing these methods that I'm going to be explaining to you, you may have chances to collect some of these kind of stones in the process as well. So keep that in mind, right? So you got all of those, of course. And then you have things like the grit stuff. So I've already done a video on grit, how to get the grit items. So again, I'm not going to go too into depth on that. There's going to be more of the other items and whatnot. So we're going to talk about that, and then, you know, all the kind of items that you would use to create, to craft, you know, different Pokeballs, right? Like Tumblestones, that's a big one. Tumblestones, iron, those are some of the big ones, right? So we're going to kind of break it up into those sections, and then also, of course, other items that are going to be used more for, you know, whether you know, selling things like Stardust and Star Pieces and things like that. I'm going to make a different video talking about how to make money fast, so that's not typically going to be what this video is about, but I will explain how you collect some of these items and stuff in this video as well. So that's kind of the gist of it. Let's get into it. So one tip to mention before we actually jump into the world is if we go into the kind of main building here in the middle, I forgot what the building's called. It's like the building where everybody is. Right here at the entrance to the left, this guy here, he's going to increase your satchel. Now it's going to start very, very small, right? It's going to be like $100 or whatever, and then he'll give you an extra storage and 200 and so on. I'm up to 5,000. So if I redeem that, or give him money rather, he's going to teach me how to make a little bit more space in my satchel. Now I can hold one extra item, and again, you can pay him as much as you want, but every single time it's going to increase. Now it's going to be $6,000. So it's going to go on and on and on. But if you can afford it, then create as much space in your satchel as possible, because then you can hold more items. Obviously, you know, you can always head back to any camp and drop off your items in the storage box. But, you know, if you can, yeah, 7,000, I'm good for now, buddy. If you can obviously have more space and hold more stuff, then that's going to kind of maximize your efficiency. So do that before you actually head into the overworld to start collecting your items. Okay, so we're going to start in the Obsidian Fieldlands. Now, like I said, there is going to be different resources that are going to be native to different places, right? One thing I will say is if you're far enough in the story, which is not that far in, honestly, it's like maybe, gosh, I don't know, like 6 chapters, 6 missions in, you're going to have Ursaluna, the bear, and if you ride it around, it's going to detect things, right? So you can see, right here, this way, it's detecting stuff. So you can do this at the same time. I'm stuck and I can't get by. What you can do is you can use this at the same time to look for treasures. So the idea is if you're looking around, where is it here? Right about here. There we go. So we're going to dig for treasure, and this is a way that you can find, look at that, I got 20 Tumblestones. I'm also getting attacked to death, and so that's kind of, you know, one method to use as well. Now, obviously, as you're going about, I am going to die a painful death here, so give me 1 second. Obviously, trees. You're going to be seeing trees along the way. I say, you know, whatever region you're in, form a path, right? So one of the things I like about the Obsidian fields, right, is, of course, we have the normal Tumblestones, right? You're going to find only normal Tumblestones because at this point of the game, you don't really have access to, you know, the dark Tumblestones, and you don't have access to the sky Tumblestones. You're also going to find tons of medicinal leeks, so just look around these fields. So this field right here, Horseshoe Plains, is typically a great area to kind of chill around if you know, want a specific path. There's also like 3 trees down here that have Apricorn I was gonna say berries. They're not called berries, but they have apricorns. You can also throw out multiple Pokemon at once. You see I got 3 different ones that are going and harvesting, so you don't have to wait for, you know, any individual one to do it. And right there I got 15 apricorns. Now the trees are bare. We'll talk about resetting everything as well in a second. So again, you're gonna go around, you're gonna pick off different stuff here. You're gonna go and grab the trees, right? Again, if you're not going for the Pokemon, just ignore the Pokemon. I mean, you can find a path right here. For example, there's a tree here, right? If I go over here, there's another tree here with some berries. Now, all the different regions are going to have different trees with different berries. So again, it depends what kind of items you're looking for, but generally you can apply this anywhere. And we will go check out the other regions in a second as well. So my kind of idea is to just kind of find a path, like I said, that works for you. So for example, in Obsidian Fields, I find kind of going around the kind of horseshoe, what is it called here now? Horseshoe, whatever it's called, is kind of good, right? Because you can just kind of cruise around on your steed here, unless you are super early in the game and you have not yet unlocked that. You can pick stuff up, by the way, while you're also riding a Pokemon like this, and you can see that there is tons of items just kind of lying around in the field, right? So if you just do this normally, you're gonna get tons and tons and tons of items just kind of, you know, naturally kind of roaming around, right? So whenever you're done this and you've had enough in this certain area, what you can do is you can return to the camp. And I've tried to go to sleep until the next day, and that doesn't seem to work. So what I think you have to do is, you know, end your research. Correct me if I'm wrong, but from my experience, that is the only way to make it reset. So you got to, you know, complete your research, leave, go back to the village, and then come back in, and then everything should be respawned. But you can see, like, I'm finding a ton of medicinal leeks. Now, if at any point, here's the other thing, right? If at any point your satchel fills up, well, what you can do is you're going to go ahead and you can leave all your stuff at one of the camps, because the camps have your item storage, right? So I can just head back. There's a bunch of stuff. And as you've seen, I just did a massive circle, right? So again, I don't want to spend too much time, you know, in each area. I just want to kind of give you a little bit of an idea of what I do and what's been very useful for me. So I've got 55 Tumblestone from that. I don't know how many orange berries I had. I think I had maybe like 80, so I got maybe like 40. 20 of the apricorns, 9 medicinal leeks just because I skipped out on a few. So I got a few different things here. Okay, so if we go to the Crimson Mirelands, now, a lot of people were asking, well, how do I get iron? Well, you're not going to get iron typically from the Tumblestones in the Obsidian Fieldlands, but you will start getting iron from well, you see I got 1 iron chunk from the Tumblestones in the kind of other regions. So starting with Obsidian Fieldlands is where you're going to start getting that. Again, you're going to find other kind of items here as well. So right here, for example, we have the castor fern. We also have wheat over here, which I'm going to try not to run into this alpha. We have hardy grains, rather, is what they're called. Right here, we have sword cap. So if you just kind of cruise around, and then you'll also start finding iron just lying on the ground, right? Typically in this region. So if you just kind of look around, you'll find all these different items. Again, it depends what kind of items you need, right? Because that's obviously going to be a very large factor. If there's a very specific item that you need, then obviously medicinal leeks, the best areas, Obsidian Fields, to find that, for example, right? I got the pep up plant right here. And then you're also going to find these things, right? So if I get off, you're going to find stuff like this. Now, in the snowy region, which we'll get to in a second, they're going to be mounds of snow. So that will give me sootfoot root. I don't know. Sootfoot root. I don't know how you pronounce it. Anyways, and then, you know, right here I got that, and I also got hardy grains, and then I got, of course, some tumblestone here. There's some more tumblestone over there. There's iron just laying around here. There's a tree here. I mean, the resources in this game are not scarce. They're pretty substantial. They're all over the place. And like I said, as you progress through the game, they'll appear more and more and more. Oh, look at that. I just got a firestone. See? Like I was telling you, if you're breaking these kind of tumblestones, you have a chance to get evolution stones as well. So do that, and you're pretty much good. So, you know, there's all these different kind of things you can break down like this. Oh, and look at that. There's a shining one. That's perfect, because I wanted to quickly explain that. So when you find a shining tumblestone, normally these are going to give you stardust, and stardust is great for selling for lots of money, but you can actually do something with it a little bit different if you're later in the game. But anyways, go around, pick the trees, do all that, find a great path that works for you, use the bear, right, to search for treasure, and you should be good to go. Let's go check out another region, though. Okay, so now we're in the Cobalt Coastlands, and right here you're going to also find castor ferns, right? You're going to find different trees with different kinds of berries, and there's also all these different Pokemon if you want to go ahead and kind of, you know, pick them up at the same time. That's going to earn you some, you know, research points and whatnot. But again, just like any other area, you can see now we have also plump beans that are appearing here. So we have new resources, right? Again, if I just kind of cruise along this kind of coastline, I'm not even going over there. I could go over there. If I go over here, there's like a bunch of other stuff. If they're shaking, by the way, if these are shaking, there's also going to be a Pokemon that's going to pop out, and that Pokemon could be holding some other items as well, so keep that in mind. I'm not going to do it right now just for the sake of time, but again, right, I can pick one of these Tumblestones off, and look at that, I got another iron chunk. So that's typically going to be the fastest way to get your iron chunks, by the way. Also on the coastland, you can find right in this area, these things right here, which are called pop pods. You're going to need those for a certain mission to increase the store, the general store and whatnot. But you can see, typically in this area, you're going to find a bunch of different colors of Tumblestones. So at this point, oh, look at that. I got a water stone. I am getting extremely lucky in this video here. Again, find a path. I mean, typically, if you just kind of, like for this area, I like to go along this coastline right here. And I like to pick off all these different things here. You can see I just got Stardust from that as well. You know, there's iron right here that usually kind of appears. Look at that. There's 2 pieces of iron right here, right? So there's more iron over here, right? And then every single Tumblestone that you're going to basically break. And look, I have all 3 colors. Blue, the black, and the whatever, red, brown, whatever you want to call that. I got all 3 here lined up back to back to back. So again, you can find all these different colors here, also medicinal leeks. And again, depending on what area you go to, you're going to find different materials as well, right? So like if I go over to, let's say down here to Deadwood Haunt. So just for example, you're also going to find like these box at Deadwood Haunt. And these boxes are going to have things like Pokeballs. They're going to have mushroom cakes. You're going to have different things like that. So again, just look around the different kind of areas that you can find within each region, and you'll find all kinds of different items. Again, you know, there's so many different items in this game. And you're typically going to find these items pretty well. Like I said, if you just kind of cruise around and do what I'm doing here, you're gonna run into pretty much almost every single item you need. Just don't stick to one area, right? Tour the entire region. Check out the different vast places in each region, because like I said, if you look at Deadwood Haunt here, you see that I'm finding some different stuff as well. And there's also a ton of Tumblestone, right? There's another Tumblestone there. That's going to give me some more iron, right? There's more Tumblestone here. And look at that. I got 2 chunks of iron for that one. I'm going to break that one, and I'm going to get more. So now it's going to be Sky Tumblestone as well. So anyways, you kind of get the gist of it. Let's check out another region though, real quick. Okay, so we're here in Alabaster, Icelands, and I actually skipped over Coronet Highlands because I haven't really typically went there too much personally, and I found that this area right here has a lot of stuff. There's a specific path I wanted to share with you guys because again, like if you look at the cliffs there, if you're looking for salt, look at that. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4 right there, 5. There's 5 chunks of salt on that cliff right there if that's what you need, for example, right? I think this is the best place to farm for items. So this is my favorite place to go. Typically, there could be, yeah, right there. See, there's another Tumblestone over here. You're going to find all colors of Tumblestone, right, in this region as well. I got 5 Tumblestone from that one. If I go down the path just a little bit here, there's another one here. You know, you don't have to stick around for your Pokemon. You don't have to wait for your Pokemon to kind of do its thing. There's these snow mountains that are typically just give you like snowballs or whatever. There's iron chunks as you go through these caves. So what I like to do is I like to pick that off. There's 2 right here. I'm not going to grab them just because I'm trying to save time. There's another one here. So you head kind of through here. And then what I like to do after that is I like to cruise around. Well, you can grab this tree as well if you'd like to. I like to cruise around this whole general middle area, right? The reason is because look at that. There's one here, right? Especially if you're looking for iron, right? There's plants, right? There's trees all around, right? There's another one here. So if I get off, right, we can grab that one real quick. There's a bunch of Pokemon if you want to catch those. I mean, look, there's another one here. There's a bunch of snow mountains if you want, you know, snowballs as well. There is so much stuff, and you're going to typically, most of the time, get iron chunks from getting these Tumblestones as well, right? There are tons scattered around, all around this region. So again, there's, you know, one over there. There's stuff just lying on the ground. Oh, that's a satchel. Okay, that's a little bit different. So there's more salt here, right? There's one. There's another one. Yeah, right here. There's 2 spawns right there. There's another one right there, right there. You see how much Tumblestone is just in this general area? And again, you know, every time that you grab them, if it's iron that you need, you're typically going to get iron. Look at that. I got 3 chunks of iron for that one. So you're going to get every kind of tumblestone here, if that's what you need. And obviously you need various tumblestones for crafting different kinds of Pokeballs, right? There's obviously right here, I didn't jump up correctly, but there's a piece of iron here as well. I mean, this is the greatest location. I like to just kind of go around, right around here. Like I said, this general big circle middle area, and you can see where it is on the map. So it's kind of like all around Abalog's Legacy. I like to just kind of go around there and get some stuff. And you're gonna mass obtain these items. Look at that! I just got Stardust. I got an Ice Stone out of that. Gosh, dude, I am getting insanely lucky. But yeah, there's trees. If you go up on these cliffs, you can find other kind of items. You know, like I said, the salt and different things like that. Don't limit yourself to one area. I'm saying start with this middle area because there's a lot. It's a great path. But then expand, go to these cliffs, and you're going to find all kinds of other items, right? Because by this point in the game, you're going to be able to climb like 3 items right in front of me here, right? So I can grab this. What is this actually? Doppel bonnets, right? So again, check out all these different, regions. Don't limit yourself to one region. Depending what you need is going to be depending where you go. But at the same time, if it's iron and tumblestone, this is definitely the place to be, is in this region right here. This is my favorite kind of area, is in the Alabaster Icelands. So yeah, that's pretty much the regions, but we're not actually done. We got a couple more things to talk about really quick. So I'm going to go a little bit more in depth with this one in my How to Make Money Fast video. But when you have these kind of events that take place, they're called space-time distortion events. You can see them in the overworld when you're kind of exploring in any particular region. If you go to them and wait for the event to start, there's going to be a bunch of items that are going to be dropping on the ground. And it could also be evolution stones, by the way, but also these different items that you can sell for high profit. Again, I'll go more in depth with that in my How to Make Money Fast video. But that's other ways to earn different kinds of items as well. Now, besides that, I will say that there is all these side missions. So if I open up my missions, right, you're going to see my main missions. But if I go to requests, these are typically side missions. You can see that there are a bunch of different items I can get from this. So I can get rare candy for this one, ox power for this one, vivid choke for that one, raspberry, EXP candies, whether it's small, medium, or large, twice spiced radish. I mean, look at it. There's all these different kinds of items. You can get max revives and full heals and candies and gravel and berries and Pokeballs and iron chunks, right? Like, there's all kinds of different stuff. Make sure that you're doing these side requests. I call them side missions, but they're called requests. Check out what the objective is, right? So, for example, show Burra, or Barra, however you pronounce it, the completed Pokedex entry for Roselia. But for example, right, catch the mysterious red will-o'-the-wisp on the windswept run at night, and I'm gonna get 2 small candies for that, experience candies. So these are definitely great ways. Also, sometimes you're not gonna get actual items from these, but you're gonna get rewards like the general shop is going to expand, or if you're in a specific region, you'll set up a camp. It's to kind of set up new camps and different things like that. Like this one here, new items added to the clothing shop, for example, right? So there's all these different ones. So make sure that you're doing these, and you can get evolution stones from some of these as well. So keep that in mind. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That is everything to go through. I mean, there is, as far as evolution stones, I will mention this really quick, even though I mentioned it in my evolutions guide. When you're in the overworld, there's going to be satchels that you're going to find. And when you find the satchels, you can look for them on your map. They're going to be marked and they're going to look like a satchel. You're going to go to Lost and Found. You're going to redeem them. And you're going to get these things called merit points, which you then are going to go to this person over here. And she's going to basically, trade items for your merit points. And typically these are evolution stones, but it also includes normal Pokeballs and other kinds of items as well. So typically maybe not the normal items you're looking for. Again, these are more evolution based for the most part. But thought it was worth mentioning since we're talking about items in general. So I think that pretty much covers the main, kind of vast majority of it. Like I said, it's not an exclusively detailed on every single item kind of guide, but it's a general guide to help you guys, kind of collect items a little bit faster. And I've collected a lot of items. Again, if we kind of end off just going into my item box here, you're going to see, you're going to see that I've collected a ton of stuff, right? Like, just look at the numbers on these things. And this is just from normal kind of playthroughs. And I've been using a lot of stuff as well, right? I got 383 iron chunks just from kind of, going around in the overworld normally. 555 black tumblestone, 365 for the sky, 49 for the normal one, 102 apricorns, which are not as easy to come by. I mean, you're going to find stuff. You're going to find all kinds of stuff at that as well. Like I said, evolution stones and everything. I even got a Seed of Mastery I randomly just got for the first time. So there's a bunch of different stuff that you're gonna get just going through, and stuff that, you know, is going to be worth money to sell as well, which we'll talk about in the money video. So anyways, I hope this helped you guys out. If it did, leave it a like. If it didn't, let me know in the comments why, so I can improve the content in the future. And if you want to stick around for more Pokemon and Nintendo content, be sure to subscribe and let me know how you guys are enjoying your journey in Pokemon Legends Arceus. I'll see you guys soon in another one, and until then, my friends, game on, and thanks for watching.